Hey, everybody. Setting a few things up real quick, guys. Okay. Hey, crazy mom. Hey, Jerry. So, hold on. Let me go ahead and send this to some people because I wasn't expecting to go live. I was live on my other channel trying to mind my own business. And of course, here comes 6up and her fake accounts, not leaving me alone, insisting on freaking getting my attention, and pissing me off. So I'm releasing never before heard calls. Because I've been holding on to these for like a year and a half. I'm releasing because I could care less about her. I just want her to leave me alone. And she keeps posting shit, like acting like it's new news, the shit she's posting. You guys, let me correct something. Yesterday, when I was live, it was an honest mistake when I asked Fred if he had been convicted. I said, you haven't been convicted of child abuse before, have you? Because I didn't really remember that. I thought it was child endangerment. I corrected it like 10 seconds later, and this bitch is over there acting like we're liars because I freaking corrected it, said something wrong at first. And then I even said right after, it's connected to that Virginia incident. It was standard procedure because of that incident happening. That Laura was on the premises. They lived around their family. Like, it wasn't just like they had houses, like family that lived next door and stuff. And Laura was not in the house with the baby when that happened, but they still got charged with the baby, endangering the child. Okay. So the baby was there with Laura, but not in the residence at the time, but they still somehow got charged for it. It was on the premises, though. Anyways, I've never lied about it. I put this stuff out myself years ago. And if I have to, I'll go back and pull it out. Okay, I don't understand, guys. He didn't intentionally abuse a child, and she's trying to act like, oh, he's like intentionally. No, you're trying to cover for something I said about Cher when she intentionally neglected and starved her animals. You're talking about an incident that happened at the spur of the moment, in the heat of the moment. You're not talking about somebody abusing a child. Your point is completely mute. I never said he wasn't charged with that. I corrected what I was saying. It was an honest mistake. And if you want to sit here and burn me at the cross, like, so be it. I put that shit out years ago myself. Yeah, like, unreal. So since she wants to talk about him, we're going to put out all these calls that I've been holding on to. Not even going to listen to them before I put it out because I don't really care. Actually, I felt bad for the guy, so much so that I even sent him $20. I mean, he was crying on the phone to me like a girl, like bad. He acted like an abused animal. So when he went to jail, I even put this out here. I put this out here. This was, you got to remember, this was back in the heat of, when I first got a protective order against, around that time. Well, it was in the middle. I had a protective order for her. No, it was a year at that point. I know, but this is important, Dottie Lee, that people know this because she's trying to confuse things. I'm glad she put up the whole thing about the incident and all, but still they're trying to act like he intentionally abused a child or neglected a child, and that's not what happened at all. And I'm not lying about it. I'm saying I'm the one that released it. It was put out by me initially. So I don't understand. I thought it was child endangerment, which I guess it is. It classifies under endangerment. The type he got to level 6, which I guess is it. Carrie said was looking it up for me and sent me the whatever. But yeah, you endanger a child if you shoot off a gun in a residence and there's a child in the vicinity. Yeah, he got charged with that. I don't know, like, where. I've never lied about that. I was thinking it as actual abuse, neglect. You know what I mean? Even though it is technically, I mean, that is putting your child in danger, right? Obviously. But it wasn't something that it was done intentionally, over a period of time, like starving animals, Cher. I mean, come on. This point doesn't even, it's crazy to me. And what's this have to do with Andy being on the road, anyways? Not everybody knows what happened. And when you hear child abuse, it sounds horrible, right? And I'm not making excuses for this situation at all. At all. But this was almost 15 years ago. Like this, he's been off probation for this since 2015. And they're criticizing him for something that happened when he was dang near like 33 or something. And he's 48 now. Yeah, she has a million freaking. She's a thief. What do they say about it? I mean, she's a freaking. She has tons of thief charges. She has all kinds of drug charges, public intox. She's a menace. So, and I'm not gonna address this bullshit with her and keep going, but she's not gonna sit here and act like I fucking lied. When I fucking did not. Or then said that Fred was a liar. Fred did not fucking lie. We just did not think it was a child. He thought that it was child endangerment. That's what he thought he pled to. I put that out though myself, and you guys, I talk about all the time. It's something that I said, and you guys are putting on Fred, like Fred's the liar. Okay? You guys need to freaking listen to his own words and judge him by his own words, not by what I fucking say, because it didn't happen to me. So my memory is not going to be like remember it and recall it as good as somebody it happened to. I just didn't remember it being. I didn't think of it as child abuse, because I think of abuse, somebody abusing a child, like hitting a child, purposely not feeding it, and I'm pretty sure 6up, you had your kids taken away from you, and you still have minor kids that are not with you. So why aren't you worried about yourself? Like, it's really crazy that you're going to focus on Fred's downfalls and his transgressions, but you have, like, yours are like worse. Why don't you get your kids back? You have kids underage. Come on. Worry about your own stuff. And we'll worry about ours over here. I don't even know what's in these calls, but he claims, like, This one's only a few minutes. I'm trying to find, or wait, what's the date of this? 20. Okay, this is October 6th of 2024, actually. Or maybe that's when I moved it into the, you see what other, surely I have, let me look it up on my October. That can't be right. It couldn't have been that. It had to have been, how, that can't be right at all. No, January 6th of 2024. Okay. Let me go back in my, so I'm only seeing one here.
I don't know how to work these things, man. It was my little brother. I got my little brother coming here because I'm scared somebody's going to break into my home. Okay? Well, when I got to the back porch, that box was open and my ladder key was on the ground. Now,
What is this? Is this him, though? Let me make sure if these are. That's Fred.
Not for sure.
No, that's. I wonder.
I don't know how to work.
I don't know why it's only part of it.
It was my little brother. I got my little brother coming here because I'm scared somebody's going to.
This is 6up's boyfriend.
Okay. Well, when I got to the back porch, that box was open and my ladder key was on the ground. Now, the only reason why I know it was her is because she knew I was going to be gone that day a lot longer, and she knew the key was in the box.
Wow. So, do you think that she would be? Do you think that she would do? That she would like try to get you jumped or something, or do something crazy like that?
Yeah, she's gonna have somebody come up here. Listen, she told her own son that she was gonna have somebody steal shit from me so Brian would fire me. She been trying to keep this house, right? She had Brian believing everything. Brian was gonna kick me out and fire me and let her come back, right? Until I showed Brian everything that I had today, okay? And she was going to bring that motherfucker back here because he's living with Scotty. 5 minutes from her mom's on Petersburg Road.
Wow. So no wonder she wanted to go to her mom.
You can ask me always. You can ask me anything you want, anything. Anything you want, and I'm going to tell you.
I wish I would have messaged you early on, but I was seriously scared of you because I thought you were really scary like her. Like, I mean, see, I'm serious. She's like the most evil person I've ever met in my life. She has not left me alone. I do not talk about her.
I don't know why that, that's, let me see if any of these are here.
I forget what I was talking about. Speaking about a certain person, trying to think how a different way it's supposed to be. After Dudley, he would
Damn.
So
the car went after us, did.
Yeah, that one's Fred. Hold on. Wonder why text between, let's see, what's this?
your call has been accepted.
Yeah.
Dang it. I don't know what, I'm trying to find the rest of it.
Other founders were, or people were,
He kept trying to call and call.
Your call has been accepted. Hey.
That's Fred. It's hard to say because they were both calling.
Your call has been accepted. This call will be terminated in 1 minute.
If you're in this one.
So he was calling me. This is
Alright, I just
I'll have to find our freaking I should have looked to see how long that was first, because now I'm gonna have to look and find the rest of it. I don't know why that only recorded a minute and 30 seconds of it. Could be the 2 years ago. What's this?
time to 11:30.
I said, I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is that's going on.
You know James?
I don't. Huh?
You know James talked to you? I didn't even 30 because I didn't hear from you because I didn't know what was going on. But
No, I totally. It's not a problem.
I know, but I don't know.
It's the same James that we're talking.
But anyways, guys, I might have to come back and find these. What's his name? Let's see. His name's James. Have everything. It says it was January 6th. Okay. January 6th, 2024. Sharon 6up's just trying for you. I know, but I know. And you know, the stuff, and I feel bad too, because like in these calls, like once I find them, and I didn't realize that one was only was a small one or the short one of it, which I might have to come back like tomorrow once I actually find them all and redo this, if I freaking even feel like fucking messing with her. But he started trying to contact me when he went to jail, and he would say that she was on Xanax and like had a really bad Xanax problem, and that they would argue because she would always like, it was nonstop, like ziggy, ziggy, ziggy all the time. 2024, January 2024. Yeah, and he came in chat. It was all around that time. I never played the calls. Like, I may have played that part. But I remember I never ended up playing them. Because I really just wish she would just go away. Like, I never said, I just hate when people take what I say and flip it into something else. You know? It just, and that's bullshit. Judge me on what I fucking say, but you're gonna judge me because I accidentally messed it up for a second. Like, I'm human, okay? I'm sorry that I didn't remember. I didn't think of that charge as child abuse, because abuse, I think of hitting, or you know, and I understand that under child abuse can be several different things: hitting, neglect, that kind of abuse, not feeding your kid, not, you know what I mean? No, I haven't played. No, I didn't. I didn't play all of them. I didn't. I know there's some that I did, but because honestly, I felt bad for him. He was crying like really bad and acted terrified of her. It was crazy. And I knew exactly what he was going through, but I imagine now they're probably back together, or who knows? I don't follow her, so I have no freaking idea. I could probably get a hold of him myself and reach out. But they're probably back to, I mean, I'm sure, like, he acted like a abuse victim. It was crazy. But since I already said I would do it, I will show them tomorrow if I can't find them right this second. I thought I had them found. This all happened because I was live on my other channel, and 6up is coming in my chat, like under these fake names. I'm trying to do a reading, guys, and to completely mind my own business. And she keeps like trying to say things about Fred and child abuse, like, and saying that we lied and that Fred's a liar. Like, what? Do you guys not? I mean, I put that stuff out myself on my channel. It was never, I never try to hide anything like that. That was something that happened 14 years ago in Virginia. I even said that yesterday. Do we need to replay my words? But I bet anything that bitch probably clipped it where I said at first, oh no, you haven't been charged with child abuse, have you? Oh no, he hasn't. And then I said, no, he hasn't. And then I paused and I talked to Fred and I said, oh, and I talked to him about what about that Virginia incident and what those charges were. And then I came back and told you guys that, okay, with the Virginia incident, yes, there was some kind of child neglect charges or abuse charges because of the disarming a firearm in the vicinity of a child. It was not something that was planned. He woke up out of his sleep and it happened, guys. He got startled and shot the gun, okay? He's served his time for it. Yeah, it's still... Can't conclude. You're not concerned for me. I never see anyone here at all. Bye. You're not concerned for me. Go away. You don't need to be concerned. I don't want anybody concerned for me at all, because that's ridiculous. You have zero reason to be concerned for me, Kitten Caboodler. It still shows on his record. That's still, I mean, this was 15 years ago almost, guys, 2011. It was for the gun. Don't you have anything in your past that you are not proud of? Like, or is that just like me and Fred? Are we the only ones that have faults in our life? Like, yeah, 6up still has a record. You're not, you don't come in here all the time, Kitten Caboodler. You're very much in the drama. You're not concerned for me at all. Stop. You have zero reason to be concerned for me. I'm telling you. You're not somebody that I talk to all the time, who I'm close to, so stop fucking acting like you're concerned for me. You don't come in. Meant to block her earlier. Jeez Louise, I'll be 44 years old. This whole, I mean, gosh, how many times did Crystal put that out, like, in the last few months, you know? Ever since Fred's arrest, like, this last arrest for the dealing, that's been out, like, a million times. But I'm always focusing on the shooting incident. I didn't think about how that was, and because of that incident, it ended up a child abuse charge. Yeah, these people that are judging me have worse lives and worse records than we do. I mean, I'm offended, Kitten Caboodler, to be honest. Like, there's no reason to be worried for me. I've given you zero reason. You've seen zero why you should be like worried for me. Literally zero. And if you were here around all the time like you claim you would, then you would, and you were a sensible person. And even reading that, even that whole report of that, what happened or whatever, you guys act like it was a premeditated incident that he went out and tried to harm somebody. It's just, you guys, that's what I'm not going to sit here and be gaslit by these people who are in active addiction and criminals themselves, but they're actively using and have major issues and obviously obsessed and been stalking me for years. And you guys are sitting there thinking I'm should listen to them? You don't see their motive, you know? I'm not going to let people like that make me feel bad about myself. And that's what they're trying to do. I don't feel bad. They're trying to make me look like I'm a bad person. That's what they're trying to do. Or that Fred's a bad person. You know, we all have a past. We've all, yeah, those charges, child abuse, that sounds really, really bad, right? To me, it does. When hearing, you know, child abuse, that sounds bad. And I'm not saying it's okay to shoot off a gun in a residence, like at all. But you guys you also have to look at the circumstances of the situation, which none of you guys, or I'm not saying none of you are, but he was asleep, you know, it was in heat of the moment. There's a big, huge difference between something premeditated or something that's happened in the heat of the moment when you wake up and you're scared because there's a gun in your face and you shoot the gun. Thank you, Lee. It's ridiculous. Probably should edit the title and since I already put it out there, I'll have to release it tomorrow when I freaking find it through all this freaking. But at least you see, I played that little clip. I do have them somewhere. I don't know why that's separate from the others. Maybe I clipped that at one point so you could hear that I talked to him. Just that I don't know. I don't know where I put the rest of it. So I do apologize for letting you down about that with the call thing. But if you want to hear the minute and a half I played earlier, you can listen. And I got and speaking of the heat of the moment, I got all upset because I was doing a reading and she came over there to try to just fuck with us when we're minding our own business, you know? And I don't say anything about these people. We're doing our own thing, and she's over here like trying to cause distractions, and it's, you know. Aw. Thank you, Sammy, for being so supportive over the years. If I wake up and someone's in my house while I was sleeping, well, if they have a gun right in front of your face, you know.
I woke up to a gunshot. They shot me. It actually missed me. Went through the pillow and through the bed into the floor.
So you hear it from him. That's what. So you woke up to a gunshot.
Yeah.
And then he shot the gun off in response, and it just freaking was a horrible bad situation that got out of hand. Guys, can we please and it sucks. What makes it worse is it was between family. And so I just wish we can move on from this. This is nearly 15 years ago.
The gaslighting it is another family member on 6up's.
Yeah,
it's gaslighting it the whole time.
Yeah, it's the family, right? Trying to make it's crazy. No way would I ever lie about something like that intentionally. It's out on my channel. That's stupid. That's why I wanted to make sure. And I asked Fred, then why I corrected it immediately, huh?
I don't know what the motive behind all of it was, of her putting that out there is Karen trying to get me and my other sister turn against each other. That's the motive right there.
Yeah, that's what she's trying to do, is cause problems so that between Fred and his other sister, because they've moved on past this like 15 fucking years ago. But Karen's trying to pull the Band-Aid on that and bring up those old emotions and stuff to cause problems between Fred and his other sister, because that's who the incident was between. So she's just trying to, that's it. Now, we're not going to be keep talking on this incident that I've talked about a million times. Like, we're not lying. We're not, saying that it didn't happen. But what we're saying didn't happen is the way you're making it seem. Like he's some kind of child abuser. So I'll put out the calls and I'll just upload them. I'm not going to be talking on them or talking about them or anything, because like I really don't want to waste another minute on her. I seriously can't. I don't. Like, it seems illegal what this bitch has been doing to me for years. It seems like harassment. Because it's just relentless. I don't even fucking have anything to do with you, bitch. Leave me alone. For real. I know, Sammy. And you're like Sammy, I think you are one of my number one, or the longest member, or one of them, if not the longest member. So, yeah, here it is. Like, you got me. You got me. I already said this shit. I just don't understand why they try to. I do understand what they're doing. They're trying to rewrite like history as if we're denying that, when we've talked about this before, And the fact that I messed it up for a freaking second yesterday, she is burning me at the fucking cross over it, trying to act like I'm a liar because I messed up for a fucking second. The same people would do the same thing if someone was in their property, that you'd have to first own your own property, understand, or even have a house to freaking, rent or anything. Like, she's in a freaking, well, who knows where now. Last I heard, her situation has just gotten worse since she's came on YouTube. And now she's like in some kind of living on her child's driveway, supposedly, with one of the circle jerks and a pink camper. They're living a life. Yeah, I had a protective order against her for 2 years, guys, that a judge ordered. She likes to rewrite history about also, and she's still harassing me when this expired almost a year ago now. I guess I'll just have to take her back to court, again. Which is going to be a lot easier because I've already got one against her before. Because we know her ass won't show up because she has not a leg to stand on. She didn't show up the last time. It's like she went out of her way to try to get footage from that situation. It's like, bitch, if you were there, you would have been able to see everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I didn't. But see, like, there's no incidents of Fred going out and like personally trying to, or like trying to harm somebody or hurt somebody, or you know what I mean? There's nothing like that. He didn't intentionally hurt a child. Like, that's what they're making it seem like, you know? Yeah, I started to pull cards earlier on my other channel, but I find it pointless, you know, to really even respond to her really most of the time, because it doesn't matter what I say or do, it's never good enough ever, you know, and it's never going to be good enough for her and all those people over there. It doesn't matter what I do. She's just got this like hate for me when I haven't fucking done a thing to her. I mean, I even didn't even put out fucking calls I've had on her. She knew I had on her for years. Yeah, why would you hide from being served? Exactly. Unless why were you hiding and trying to run from being served? It doesn't make sense. Like, why? So you could try to obsess over me more? You just didn't want to have to give up your obsession about me? All right, guys. I'm going to go. I'm done with this. I can't waste too much time on this bullshit. I know. I mean, it's obvious that there's something mentally not right with her, but it makes sense that she's hooked on Xanax. Like, that's what her ex said. Like, she liked her ZANNIES, and that's one of those drugs that make people, I mean, out of all of them, Xanax is the one that makes some people extremely evil, actually mean. No, I talked about that, Lady Bird. No, there was I called them and I have to freaking re-put it through for Crystal. There was some situation. I never had that, which that was only, I say never had that happen. I've tried to file one twice before in my life before that. I filed it online and even tried to teach you guys how to do it, but for some reason, they just told me to go ahead and submit it again, which I never did. So I might craft tonight. I'd rather these people just go away, Lady Bird. You know what I mean? But yeah, once that all messed up, once it messed up and didn't take, and I had to I just freaking was like, whatever. Yeah, I talked about it on here. Yeah, a few weeks after it wouldn't move, like, well, actually, after a couple weeks of it not moving, I'm like, what the heck's going on? And I called, you know. Makes you mean and mouthy. Yeah, that's what Xanax does to a lot of people. So, all right, guys. So, I mean, what they're going to do is I already know how this works. These people take turns right now they're on this team and they're going to take turns going live. It will be somebody else tomorrow. Of course, 6up every day, Ziggy, but you know, it's like they just take turns, like, so they can just be in charge of this hate campaign, you know, move forward in this hate campaign against us so that nobody will support us, so nobody will believe anything. You know, a lot of them are protecting Andy Bernard. 6up's just doing it because she just is so, like, hates me. Right, and that's what I was saying, Into the Darkness. So I was minding my own business. If you guys go over to my other channel and see how it happened, it's absolute bullshit what these people do. I don't pay any attention to you. Don't even think about you. Why won't you just stay over there and do your thing over there? Why do you have to come over here? I don't want anything to do with you. I don't understand. I'm not going to sit here and fight battles with you constantly. That's not what I'm doing. I'm like, gosh, you've been doing this for now 3.5 years. Doesn't that make you feel like a loser? For real? I mean, how do you not think about that and like think, God, I'm such a loser? I mean, seriously, if I was picking on somebody for years and years and years, and that's as far as you come, and I'm still here, I'm doing better and better, and you're just keep doing worse, like you're living in a camper in your kid's driveway and don't have custody of your kids, but you're worried about the safety of my children, my child who's 16. I'm pretty sure you have a child younger than that, don't you? Yeah, and they might not understand my path or why I'm the way I am, but that's life, and you have to be around all kinds of different people in your life. You don't have to watch me. Literally, we're not even literally in the same community. Like, according to you don't want anything. That's how you found me. You were following me because of Summer Wells case, but yet I'm the tragedy pimp. You act like you you aren't into the Summer Wells case and that's how you got here, you lunatic. Do you not use your brain? What you have left? But I won't be, if I go live doing crafts, I'll restart this and we'll start with a new vibe. Next time, yeah, guys, I usually just can block and whatever it is, what it is. But I mean, to make a situation seem different than what it is just so annoying. We're talking 2011, guys. Yeah, and that's where she's at, too. That's where that woman was there, and she's going to act like I don't know, haven't seen her around. She's going to act like she cares about me. If you really cared about me, like you claim you do, you're so worried for me, then wouldn't she? I mean, that's bullshit. I don't even see you in my chats most of the time. What? I've never even talked to you outside of my... I mean, I know that's how it goes on, you watch somebody for a while and you kind of feel like you know them and stuff, but you're not one of those in my chat all the time, like Country Girl or Luminous or something. Like, what the fuck you mean? Like, you're worried about me? No, you're fucking not. And if you are, then you obviously don't have the right information, because I promise you right now, you have nothing to worry about as far as when it comes to Fred and me, and Fred being dangerous or whatever to me or my daughter. I promise you, on everything I love, you have nothing to worry about. Fred is if not the best person I've ever met. Seriously, he is a very good person. Now, it doesn't mean just because I feel like I'm a good person, I've done some really not good things too in my life, in my past. You know? No, you're good, Ladybird. No, it's fine. It didn't upset me at all. I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about this other lady that came in here. who was acting, it was a woman who was saying she was worried about me because of Fred. And I'm like, no, you're not worried about me. I never said he wasn't a convict. I mean, I guess I'm a convict too. What's a convict? You've been convicted of a crime before? I've been convicted of a crime. I guess I'm a convict too. How am I going to make up or say he wasn't convicted of a crime? That's just ludicrous. You know, that's the whole thing we've been covering is, you know, his charges. We were put his jail calls up. Like, yeah, like, I don't know he's, you know what I mean? These people, like, I don't know he's a convict. Come on. There's a lot of very good people who go to prison and jail. Just because somebody's gone to prison and jail does not mean that, oh, automatically there's a horrible person. Also, there's a lot of really horrible people who are in very powerful positions. I don't know which one has worse people, the people in powerful positions or the people in prisons. Seriously? People need to think like I have too strong of a mindset for you guys to sit there and try to make me feel bad about the person I am and try to gaslight me to thinking certain things are true when they're fucking not. You can do that to those little sheeples you have over there. That's not going to work with me. I've lived my life. I know who I am. I'm the one that knows Fred way better than any of you guys do. Trust and believe. You would know. If I was worried and stuff, just like what happened with Jim, you would know, guys. You would know. I would be upset. Everything shows on my face. Like, I wouldn't sit here and be able to fake the funk about our relationship. I just am not that type of person. My emotions show on my face. It's hard for me to lie. I'm a very open person. If something was wrong and if I was unhappy or if I was scared or whatever, I would probably be saying it. It'd be definitely obvious. Fred's never got, he was in a relationship before this for 17, 20 years, guys. Like, and they were in drug addiction too, you know, and they stayed together through all that. He doesn't have domestic violence, like crimes and a bunch of aggressive crimes against people of him doing, you know, being a violent person. The incidents that you guys know about is every time people coming to him to cause problems. It's never him seeking out problems ever. He's a very calm type person. Like, he doesn't just like, he's not a mean person like that, guys. And are very bad people and criminals. Yeah. Don has never been caught as saying, but we know he did. And Andy has been convicted of DV, but we know hasn't been. Yeah. Hey, Pam. Oh my, I'm a bad. Yeah, you convict. You convict. Why do people care so much? If you're happy, that's all that matters. You're the one that has to. Yeah. That's true, Cricket. That's what I feel like. And also, that's why I want others too to live their lives for themselves and not for others. Like, I used to live for others. I would stay in relationships that I didn't want to be in because I was afraid of hurting somebody else's feelings, or I was afraid of what my family would think or whatever. You know, or I don't care now. I make decisions now in the present because I think it's the right thing. I don't listen to other people and their opinions and what they have a problem with my relationship that I am the one that have to live in it every day. I'm the one that has to wake up with him every day. I'm the one that has to live it 24/7. It feels more like the haters don't want me happy, you know? I mean, I'm not stupid. They know we're happy, so they want to ruin it somehow. So they're going to make it seem like, oh, you know, they're going to try to make me think that Fred's this horrible, horrible person. Like, I haven't put those documents out myself. But it's so true. Yes, we have many people in powerful positions who are millionaires who are just bored and do evil, horrible atrocities against each other, against others. Some confidence can be rehabilitated, and some can't. You know, it's just some people. Just how it is. Like, some people can learn in life and grow, and you know, like Fred, I think I've made great strides in my life. I mean, from addiction to now, Fred is insane, like how much progress he's made. But there's people like Don Wills and 6up who do not ever grow. They stay in that horrible, poor me, woe is me, my life sucks, I'm going to make everybody miserable energy. And I know that. And they're mad that I know this. I have it fucking figured out. I don't care what people think about my life. You know, I'm the one that has to live it. I've learned by trial and error that the best way to live your life is what you feel is right. Now, if you're confused about what is right, you can seek the guidance of somebody who you look up to, but never seek the guidance of somebody like 6up. Like, are you serious? Like, I'm going to listen to 6up when her life is way worse than mine? Does that make any sense to any of you guys? I'm going to look up to somebody I want to be more like, somebody who has things I want in life. And I'm telling you, that's not usually material things. That's people that are happy in their life, because money does not buy your happiness at all. Yeah, unfortunately. And it's what you do with these experiences in your life and how you grow. It's not, all of us have learned. It's all a process that's life, a process of trial and error. And it's all how you react to all these things that you're faced with in life. You know, do you give up? Oh, you made this one bad mistake. You were addicted to drugs, and you know, for Fred's example, should he just, he's doomed for life, so now he has to be this criminal the rest of his life because he's been convicted of a crime before? It doesn't even make sense. The whole point is to rehabilitate. And he's obviously doing that and doing way better than any of those people over there talking shit. So what's the problem? Dang, Blue Jeans, that's crazy. Right, Lee? Every single time that I see who these people are who are so negative all the time and like hang out with 6up follow me everywhere. Like, what's wrong, babies? You sweet towns. They're just jealous. I have a cute freaking fluff dog. I don't have anything, right? Well, I bet you don't have Bandit.
Growing here lately. Crazy.
The haters cannot even lie that they wish they had this dog. You can't lie. You're jealous because I have this guy.
Oh, they was going on the other night on, I think, I don't know if it's who talking about the scene, talking about you stole it and everything, and she was supposed to be in or winged and all kinds of stuff.
Oh my God, are you serious?
I was like,
4 years later. That aged really well, right, guys? I still have a Tina. 3.5 years later. Wow, you guys are big mad, aren't you? Is Fred like Indiana?
that's okay.
You know what's so funny? He's always said like that he always felt like he was going to end up in Indiana his whole life. He felt like that.
I don't know why. I've always felt like ever since I was a child, you know. Of course, I had some family that lived here in Indiana. I don't know if they still live here.
Yeah, but it's he's a country guy, so he's gonna like. I'm sure he'd like to be able to go. Like he could go fish anytime he wanted to out there, you know, really, because he had that. You could fish even in the pond behind your parents' house, right?
Yeah, you sure are.
Yeah, so can't really do that here. We'd have to travel a little bit. Or, you know, go out. He could go out and camp in the middle of the woods out there if he wanted to. He could go out there, you know what I mean? But, so yeah, like, that was kind of his playground, so I'm sure it's kind of depressing for him, but it doesn't mean we can't ever go back or live there in the future once Caitlin's, like, moved out or whatever. And Summerwell's case is solved. It's not even, I mean, look at these crazies we deal with already. Can you imagine if me and him lived down there in Tennessee? It would be unreal. Right.
I am doing really good, though, from what I used to be.
Yeah.
Before I got caught.
He was, you guys don't know, it was so sad. He was like the last time it's the third time I was there, it was a bad day. And he basically said I saved his life, you know, because he was really close to ending it all right that day. Living in addiction is not easy. It's a horrible, it grabs a hold of you. And especially when you're in a relationship where, you know, you feel, I mean, because you're both using, and it's harder to escape when both people are using, because obviously it's just, you have to be on the same wavelength and stuff. So it's hard for them both to get through it or be on the same page about quitting and stuff. And it was very depressing and not always happy life at all. He's so cute. He's over there tearing up. I mean, seriously. I hope he's not mad at me for saying that.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Oh no, Rosemary, what happened? And you don't have to say if you don't want to. I'm sure it was an accident, right? I mean, I can't imagine you doing something on purpose. Many people forget that addiction is considered a disease. It is chronic, relapsing brain disorder characterized by compulsive drug seeking. And he's always been open about, I mean, even with the cops, he knew, like we've talked about, don't you think when he handed his phone over and stuff and worked with the police those days that he knew, like, they were going to know, even though they tell you they can't use that stuff against you? Like, obviously it wasn't like, oh, his drug lifestyle was ending right that second. They were going to be watching. You don't forget something like that. If they see in his phone that he's having talks about drugs, then, you know, they're going to remember that.
I mean, when they give you phone, they've got every bit of the information off their phone, everything. It ain't just certain information. They've got a copy of your whole phone, everything that's ever been on that phone. Not just what you put on it, even the people that, if that phone's belonged to somebody prior to you, it even shows everything from the time that phone's ever been activated till they did it.
There's Valerie. I was wondering. Valerie wasn't feeling well the other day. I know, well, I've seen through others how hard it is to get clean as stay clean is. It is to be commended. He's stronger than he knows. Sorry, you stay strong. Life is so short. Just be happy. Yeah, and it's really, really easy when you have people like the 6up's of the world, you know, who try to bring you down. That's what they want you to do, is stay in that miserable, lonely, or just horrible lifestyle like they're in, you know. They want you to bring you down to that, back to that, and see you fail too. It makes them feel better.
I mean, 2 years ago, I never thought I would really be clean, you know. And now I'm sitting here 20 months clean.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd ever be clean.
I know, it's crazy. And it's like, and it's like, it's just like almost like a light switch, you know? I mean, I can't, could you imagine going back to that? Just once you get out, like now, well, that's not true. A lot of people do relapse. That's not to say once you get out of it for a while. I mean, it's like, it's a relief for him to be out of that situation, you know? It's a relief for him to, I feel like that's why we met, and, you know, that was his one chance, and he took it. Hey, Yaya. It's funny that I can't find those calls right this second. It's almost like Spirit's like, no, you're not going to their level. You're not doing it, sister. It's almost like that they're saying, like, Spirit's like, the universe is like, no. It's weird that I found that a minute and a half of it and nothing else. Very strange. Yeah, just because he had the courts, like, it doesn't mean he couldn't. He could. A lot of people do not make it through probation. Probably more than not. I mean, really. Well, most of them are like kind of working the system, you know, playing the system a little bit, trying to use only certain times in order to avoid Yeah, and then you eventually get caught that way.
I want to take my sobriety for nothing. I know what it is.
Yeah, and also Fred knows, like, that, you know, we are such great friends first that I mean, he's never even called me a name. What, you know, why do people feel like I'm in danger? He's never even called me a bitch ever. Ever. He's never called me out of my name. Ever. Besides Ziggy. I mean, but it's my nickname here, right? So I forget where I was even going, but I've literally, there's only one other person I know in my life that I've dated that never called me a name or anything like that. Like, he is very docile. He's a docile creature. You know, if you provoke him, I mean, if you poke, and you're going to him to F with him, yeah, that's like, I'm sorry, like, that's what happens. Oh, Valerie texted me. She wasn't in chat, but she texted me because I was checking on her because she wasn't feeling good the other day, and I hadn't heard from her.
She was feeling bad yesterday morning.
Was it yesterday morning?
Yeah, before you got off your live. She was talking about being used and stuff.
Yeah.
Hurting. Thought she had vertigo or something. I guess yesterday morning. Like at 6:30 or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to hide it, guys, if there was what I was going to say is, even if, like, for some reason there was issues with Fred and I, like, in our relationship, or I just don't ever, I always see him in my life. I can't imagine him not being in my life. And, you know, the only way I could see that ever happening is if even if he did start using again, I can't imagine never talking to him again. But obviously I can't have that in my life or whatever, but I just don't see that happening. That just doesn't seem like it's, I mean, we don't even we don't go anywhere.
I don't even like to take a time off her head, you know.
Yeah. So, yes.
I drink some coffee or something other with caffeine or something.
You guys, trust and believe, you guys would know if I would, like, it would be very obvious. Just like when Jim passed and stuff, I could not fake it. I could not fake being happy on here, if you guys remember. So many people hated it and did not come around because I was so depressed. And people could feel my energy, like, you know, it affected my channel real bad, but I didn't care at the time because I did not care. You know, I was so depressed, it did not matter. So if something happened like that with Fred, I would be freaking devastated. So, and it would definitely show. And also, like, we don't control each other. Like, you know, we talk to who we want to talk to. We, you know, or we completely trust each other. So it's really funny. These people, messaging him and stuff like that, and these like fake accounts, and then same thing, they've tried with me a little bit too, but of course they think because he's a guy he's gonna fall for these, you know what I mean? That's another thing about him. He's like, and people can believe what they want. He's not like a creepy guy like that who's always like, ooh, ladies, ooh, boobies. Ugh, I hate guys like that. 1 second. I gotta pee. All right. But yeah, hey Pintintin. It's just funny because they have Fred is just they have how they view him is so just wrong. Like it's not him at all. I was the same way though. Like I viewed him kind of wrong at first too, and I was shocked. It's like, wow, you're nothing like I thought you would be. I thought you were scary, a really scary dude. It's like your mugshot was scary. But I'll probably go, I guess, for now. Maybe come back and do some crafting. Don't want I don't know if she's with that dude anymore. I'm sure he would freaking talk to me. But I don't freaking want to waste my time on her. You guys don't understand. I don't. I wish somebody else would freaking do it, to be honest. But nobody has she hasn't harassed anybody else like she's harassed me. I really don't even want to deal with her, you know what I mean? There's so much more productive things to do. I could be making crafts. Look what one of my subscribers sent me. Are you jealous? I got molds for. I'm saying this to 6up because she's jealous that people like me. These are all the zodiac signs molds for got Pisces right there. I like, look at Libras. Isn't that Libras right here? It's the bat. It's cool. Sorry, it's dark. Little metal chips that That could have been bad if it was open. That would have been so bad. Thank God it was sealed. Little pieces are falling out. So little metal chips, you can put them in your crafts, different ways. Jewelry thingamajigs, I definitely needed this really bad. Just a little, it's also mainly, it's a keychain. This is mainly for keychains, but a lot of these little jumper things you use for jewelry too.
I just like it.
And then they got me like the best of the best UV resin. This is supposed to be the best of the best, but really I don't know how much one thing I do notice about the different qualities, the difference, like the smell I've noticed is not as bad in the better quality, I guess, of the UV smell when curing sometimes can be really bad. Aw. Thank you, Rosemary.
We still get sucked into drama a little bit.
We do sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. I do get involved in it sometimes, but like I try. I don't provoke it, you know. I will say that. I feel like I just respond. I don't feel like I try not to react. It's really tough. She purposely does this. She's been watching me and stalking me for years. She knows how I operate, so she knows that I'm very reactive, and that's something that I'm trying to work on, being so impulsive. Like, so what she'll do is she'll come in my chats and try to mention something when I'm just doing my readings or talking to you guys about something completely different or doing crafts or whatever. And she'll start saying like Fred's a child abuser or a horrible person, you know, and we're just, you know, and I'll block her. And then here she'll come back in another account and then another account. And it's just like, you know, until she gets me all pissed off and discombobulated like that. And it gets my attention. And then I get freaking upset, and she knows that I am impulsive and will react because I get over things so quickly. Nobody could do it by emailing me or sending me, because I'll be over it. And by the time I go live, I know,
She must
Carrie.
be waiting on you to get up so she can start hers.
Sinister, you you stop lying. What am I lying about? What am I lying about? So this is the UV resin. It's about 5 by 5 inches, probably 5 by 4.5, and it's a decent amount. It's 1,000 grams, which is, I know it's crazy how expensive, but like I said, I bet the cheaper one will work just as well. Who's Bobby Thrasher? How many ounces? Let's see. Let me look it up exactly how many ounces that is. You definitely don't do big projects with this. You do like your jewelry and stuff, because you would run out of it too quickly, you know. So that's why you use the epoxy resin for the bigger projects.
Yeah, that UV resin, it's just certain type molds and stuff you use it in too.
1,000 grams.
You just want to use it on small stuff. Mostly.
So it's 35 ounces. So there's 8 ounces per cup. So about 4.5 cups. It's about 4.5 cups. Let's see, 35 4.375 cups. Yeah, it's not like the epoxy resin where it's like, the price you paid for this, you would get probably a gallon A and gallon B, maybe. I don't know. I know this is expensive, so I don't know exactly how much you paid, but I know it's expensive. Yeah, but she's popular with the freaking trashy people of the internet. Seriously. They're all like the Dawn Wells people of the world. Seriously. They all are. When you find out the people that really support her, they're all like exactly like Dawn Wells. No goals. Nothing going for them. Hateful. I know, like, let's see where you live, 6up. I'm sure your life is so great. Like, how do you not see how your world is, like, completely in shambles? Like, I don't see. But I guess when you're distracting and watching somebody else 24/7. Hold on. Hold on a minute. So yeah, these are going to be small. It's going to be smaller than the epoxy for about the same price. So this will make a lot of jewelry. This is two of those bottles that I was using yesterday, because that bottle I had was 500 grams, and I think I paid like $15 for it from China. So just compare what you paid to that. I'm sure. Well, but at the same time, actually, that would be like $30 if you look at it at this amount, because that was only 500 grams and this is 1,000. So I paid about $30 to whatever you pay for this. And I know you paid more than that. Because that brand's like supposed to be the best. People talk about it all the time and say it's like the greatest. I do notice a little bit of difference. Definitely, I mean, a big difference in the smell. I made these cool little hearts. And trying to, like, 3D. I'm trying to learn. I might go live here in a second and we'll try some more. I've got a whole, I don't want to. And I made this for somebody, but I can't show who because it's a surprise, but it's just completed today. It's coming to a certain person very soon. It's really pretty though. And these would be cute in like a bowl, you know, for decoration or something.
You could take them with a bunch of them and just drop down into like a vase with your lights.
Yeah, lights. I need to order more of those, a bunch of those fairy lights. Like I can get like, for like $15, I can get like 40 of those angel lights from China.
Probably more now.
No, that's what it is now. I probably could have paid less before. A little bit before. It's really, really cheap before. I made those last night on here. $45.99. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's expensive, but it's not too bad for. Holy shit. They're going to send you the other pieces, right? Without any problem. I hope to God they're not going to give you issues because I would be irate. I would flip my lid. I think they call these capuchin. I don't know what capuchins are, but I think that's what they call them. Sounds like a monkey to me, a capuchin. Did you check TikTok?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was telling me that Crystal was streaming. Yeah, I done showed that.
Oh.
She said she didn't want to tell you. She didn't want me mad at her.
Oh. Oh, yeah, you found him. Well, I'm glad that you found him, though. Love this ornament. One side came out better than the other side, but I don't know how I can really fix it. All right, guys. I'm going to go for a little bit. I might be back and making some things. I don't know. We might try, or I might wait. I have some, because I'm so loved, I have some other little things that go in the keychains coming that have like the constellations of each zodiac sign. It's like they're just little metal bars, like, you know, an outline of their constellation. And we're gonna try to like set them inside the molds too, to add a little bit of extra flair to the keychains. So it would also have the signs constellation in it. We're gonna try it at least. If not, if I can't use the bars, I can maybe I can use them as to indent into the resin and then fill in the indentations. I haven't unveiled yesterday we were doing I showed a stencil of a cock of a rooster on in a heart I was making. I was teaching you guys how to stencil in one of those, and how cool it works. So good. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There's capuchin monkeys. And if I get around to it, and if you guys really want, I'll try to look for those calls, even though I really hate wasting any minute of my time on her on negative stuff. But I feel bad now that I, put it in the title and then only had 2 minutes or a minute and a half of a call. All right, guys.